Okay, every week at the moment, I'm telling myself, I'm going to do a puppet video next week, I'm going to do a puppet video next week, and every week I want to actually plan out a puppet video that I can write, or at least get an idea of how it's going to go before making the video. And every week, you know what happens? I forget. This week I almost forgot I said I'd post videos on Fridays. Yeah, my mind's a bit focused on Tudors today. Well, actually, it's focused on where they live. Because that's one thing I always remember being told about places. This is a Tudor town. This is a Victorian city. This was a, I don't know, Roman town. From the origins of cities. I'm like, that's really great. Now I actually want to know that. Well, I kind of get the message that Leicester has a lot of history sort of around Tudor times. I'm learning that. It's come up three times in this book, and other than London, not many other places have. And my mind today is on, okay, so where do I want this book to focus? And it needs to be a Tudor city, or a city that was around in Tudor times. And part of me is certain that if I typed into Google, can you actually see my laptop from there? Tudor cities, you'd get the ones that turned up in Tudor times as likely as not, or the prominent ones. I'm kind of wanting the ones that, well, I don't know. Just ones that were around in Tudor times but haven't become giant cities to write about, because I don't like cities. If I'm going to write about a place, I don't want to write about cities. Pardon me. So that's on my mind this week. I will, hopefully, this week, think of something to play with my puppets for next week's video. Because I do want to play with them. I do want to use my puppets again. I miss my puppets. It's been ages since I've done that. You can tell I want to play with puppets. That was something we joked about when I was at uni still. Every time I'd talk about puppets, I'd start doing this. And just have my hand just looking around or talking to us all. Nothing on it. Because most of the time when we were talking about them, I'd left my puppet behind, but yeah. I want to play with my puppets again. I want to start doing sketches and writing proper sketches. Not that the sketches I've already written aren't proper sketches, but they're kind of not simple to film sketches. In other news this week, I've decided to join in the Disney craze. No, I do love Disney. I've never hidden that. But for a while, I've really quite liked Tsums, and I love eel, so I have a Tsum. And I like Snitch too. And Bambi. And Owl isn't particularly one of my favourite characters, but when I was looking at Tsums, you know how sometimes characters just remind you of people? I was thinking of which Tsum they had that I could find that reminded me most of my best friend. Because she's one of the few people I know who I don't automatically think, yes, she's Tigger. She isn't. Though now I've said that, I think we have had conversations where she sets herself up as Tigger. But I've always been Eel in my family. Like, Mum's always been Roo, Mark's always been Tigger. Me and Rose have always been Eel. Rose actually personifies Eel more than I do. But I thought Bethany reminds me a bit of Owl. largely because he's the wise old owl that everyone goes to for advice. And that's kind of how I react to Bethany sometimes. Just realising now that a lot of the time Owl's advice isn't always right. Just like his spelling's not normally right. Oh well, that's how I connected to. So, this has been a ramble and a half. Bye!